This is probably something I would take as like a winter wild camp setup, and I suppose I could even do sort of a fairly long distance walk, maybe a 2-day walk, something like the Roach Valley Way, you know, where there's just like one overnighter. So and it's be quite luxurious as well. I could go even lighter than this, that's the thing. But I mean, this was very, very comfortable setup. I slept very well. So yeah, so I will start with, I'll tell you what, let's start with the rucksack. So that, pointing at, that's a Gossamer Gear Mariposa. It's the old version. 60 litre rucksack, very good. It's got no frame to it, so you know, you need like a piece of foam, like a sit pad, or you know, or a sleeping pad in the back of it to act as your backrest. Very good pack. Then this ground tarp that I've laid everything out on, that's Polycro ground tarp. It's basically like a painter's sheet, that sort of thing. You could use that, and it's perfect for just like acting as like a footprint to put your tent or your shelter on, bivvy bag, yeah, sort of keep you up off the dirt. Then we'll come back this way actually. So for sleeping arrangement, I've got this Thermarest Ridgerest, Silver Ridgerest foam pad. So that will go inside the pack and form like a shape. And then what I'll do is I'll pack everything down into it there in the middle. So you can fit a lot more stuff in a rucksack, like a big rucksack like that, with that. And this is my full length Thermarest self-inflating pad, so that went over the top of that. It's extra comfort, you see. That will go in the back bit of the Mariposa rucksack to give it that, like to give it a backrest, to give it like a semi-stiff spine. Okay. Then I've got a small microfiber, is it, or a small trekking towel. Gets used for cleaning up all the pots and wiping the tent down, that sort of thing. Then 650 gram Cumulus down sleeping bag, very warm. I don't think it tells you what it goes down to, it doesn't on there. Cocoon silk mummy sleeping bag liner, inflatable pillow. Then that's my stakes, and there's 13 stakes in there for the tent. There's 6 MSR mini groundhog stakes, and then 7 titanium shepherd's hook stakes from another tent that I stole the pegs from. That is my Montane Minimus rain jacket, very lightweight. It's the size of that, it packs down very small. Brilliant rain jacket. That is the poles for the tent, the 2 poles. Tent, that's the Mountain Hardware Sprite 1 one-man tent, weighs probably about 1 kilo now. I've put it in that dry bag. It's a little bit damp at the moment, the tent, so I need to get it home, get it dried. Then, in case it got a bit chilly, I've got a pair of fingerless gloves, an extra pair of socks to sleep in case the socks that I walked up here in were wet. So you don't want to go to sleep with wet feet, you want to get a nice warm dry pair of socks on. Nice warm hat with some ears on it. This is my trademark hat, this. I've had that years, it's so warm, slept in it last night. On me I've got like a down gilet, a fleece. I've got a thermal long sleeve top underneath that and a couple of t-shirts. It's a bit cold this morning. I've got my walking trousers on and thermal leggings on underneath that, and then some walking socks and my Salomon Fellraiser trail running trainers. As I say, I don't wear boots anymore for walking, much prefer trail trainers. Okay, then I've got my knife, paracord round it, fire steel, Swiss Army knife. That's that little through night TI3 flashlight that's really bright that I showed you last night. Cooking, I've got 450ml titanium mug, 800ml titanium cook pot, bag that they come in, a mesh bag, gas canister, BRS titanium gas stove, little mini dropper bottle of multi-purpose soap, mini lighter, some water purification tablets, 3 Esbit cubes, a cotton wool ball that I soaked in Vaseline so it takes a spark really quick and light a fire, a small candle, box of waterproof matches, that tiny titanium Esbit stove, so put your fuel on there, put your pot on there, light it, boom. So I've essentially had another stove, like a backup stove in case the gas runs out or plays up. Some tin foil, never leave home without tin foil. Then this was the food bag. I've eaten most of the stuff out of it. I've got 2 drink mixes, 2 cereal bars left, a Brillo pad with soap in it to wash the pots up with afterwards, Spork. There's an Alka-Seltzer in there as well. Got some small pack of travel wet wipes. That is the titanium windshield that goes round the stove. Then lights, I had this sort of Maglite style RAC light. Then that's my Mighty Light torch lantern. Slide that out, then hook it up to your tent. Yeah, and that's torch as well. I think that's seriously cool, that. Petzl Tikka 2 head torch. I do want to get a stronger, like a more powerful head torch, maybe like a through night one. So I'm going to have a look around, because that's, compared to some of my other lights, is actually quite weak now, and I find I tend to use the head torch the most, of course, because I can just put it on my head and just go about doing stuff. So yeah, wouldn't mind getting a stronger head torch. And then this, not really a camping item, but it's absolutely brilliant. You can like hook it up, like if you was to put a screw in a tree or hang it off a twig or something, you can even stick it to something, and then ridiculously bright. That lit up the whole area last night so that I could set the tent up with. I think I'm going to start taking that on all my hikes, and it takes, I believe it takes it takes, yeah, 3 AAA batteries, so you know, that's AAA's, that's AAA's, that's AAA's, that I believe is AAA's as well. Of course the little through night TI3 is. To be honest, if I was going really, really lightweight and I had, say, a bivvy bag or my Rab Ridge Raider, like little bivvy tent, I would probably just take the head torch and the TI3. That thing is so bright, those are the only 2 lights I think I'd really need. I tend to take that one more as a luxury item for, like, if I'm using a tent, I can yeah, I can just hang that up in the tent, and yeah, but I mean it's not essential. Like that I used a bit, that of course was very useful, but as I say, I could make do with like the little TI3 and the head torch. So yeah, so that is my gear list. What I'm going to do is get it all packed up now in the rucksack. I'm going to weigh it. I've got a little set of travel scales with me. Get it weighed, tell you the pack weight, and then I'm heading off home. So yeah, I will speak to you in a sec. Okay, so that's kit all packed up. Okay, and it's weighing in at, I'm surprised at that, 5.8 kilos.